Hmm. White guilt. White privilege. How absurd. Let me tell you something. If you have never lynched a minority, if you have never owned a minority as a slave, what the hell are you feeling guilty about? Stop being susceptible to these liberal tactics. I'm so sick of them baiting people with this reverse racism. It is completely absurd that people take stances and positions on these, and then they want to sit up there and articulate them as if they have merit and credence. They don't. They're logically absurd. These are logical fallacies. And people are subdued by these and rendered powerless because they don't know how to rebuttal such absurdity. Well, let me clear some things up for you. One, any American is privileged because even the poorest American is viewed as rich to someone in a third world country. Okay? And if white privilege actually existed, Asians and also people from India would not be scoring a lot higher when it comes to academics and as far as income goes. If white privilege truly existed, does white privilege exist in sports like NFL and also basketball? Interesting, right? I mean, if white privilege was actually true and factual, whites should dominate everything. But that's not true. Then what's up with this white guilt argument? Wow. I mean, you guys, as I said before, you are not even old enough to even know what it feels like to deal with the true racism that existed back then in that era. I wasn't. And since it was about, I believe, 1% or even less than 1% of Caucasians who owned slaves, why are you letting people put a guilt trip on you? You are not responsible for what your ancestors did. And that's a maybe if your ancestors owned slaves. But if a lot of people want to come at you with that angle, well, how about you give them a simple rebuttal and you say this: blacks who were Islamic sold blacks to whites. Blacks sold blacks to blacks in Africa. Where's the black guilt? Since you want to play that card. As you see, it doesn't make any sense. Stop letting people tell you just because you're white, you are not entitled to an opinion. You do not have the right to speak. This reverse racism needs to be pointed out. And as I said before in my other video, liberalism is synonymous with hypocrisy. It's always the people who are screaming racist who are the racist. It's time that people are to be exposed. And I am happy to do it. Because a person can sit up there and say, oh, I'm not racist. But in the same breath, they turn around and say, well, all white people hate black people. That is racist. Period. I do not care about what people say. I observe what they do. So, my brothers and sisters of the lighter complexion, stop letting people guilt trip you. Stop letting people beat you down with these logical absurdities such as white guilt and white privilege. You do not owe anyone an explanation or an apology for your success. You don't. What you do owe to yourself is this, is to stand up and voice your opinion and do not be intimidated by the bully left. The left's time is over. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and most importantly, share, utilizing every platform of social media. And this is not the same jacket I wore yesterday in my other video. It kind of looks like it, though. Anyway, you guys have a good one. This is Christian Duran. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.